Good morning, students. This is Venkat. Welcome to social class. Now I am going to start the second lesson in your ninth class, that is the natural rims of the earth. What lesson I am going to be teach today? The natural rims of the earth. So I hope you understand that the first lesson, that is our earth. Next I'll come to the second lesson, that is the natural rims of the earth. Actually, in the first lesson we studied about our earth, and now we are going to study the second part, that is the natural rims. Generally, lot of scientists, geologists, they are studying about that nature and also that earth. And those who studied about the earth and the universe, they give that some different type of clarifications. Similarly, here also, those who studied about the earth based upon the geographical features, they divided that the earth into four, that is there are four natural rims. The first one is called as lithosphere. Second one is called as hydrosphere. Third one is atmosphere. Fourth one is biosphere. So actually, we studied in the earlier classes about these four, but we are going to be learn much about these four rims, because the scientists of the earth, they divided that the four natural rims. The first one is called as lithosphere, second one is called hydrosphere, third one is atmosphere, fourth one is biosphere. It means the earth, based upon the geological features, means geographical features, they divided the earth into four natural rims. The first one is lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. We have to know what these. These are the words taken from the Greek words, that is lithosphere taken from litho and spira. So lithosphere is a word taken from the Greek word litho and spira. Litho means rock or stone, is called as litho. Spira means bar. What is meant by lithosphere? Litho is a word taken from the Greek word litho and spira. Litho means rock or a stone, spira means bar. So hydrosphere is a word taken from hudar. Hudar and spira. Hudar means water. Spira means same, that is bar. So hydrosphere is a word taken from the Greek word hudar and spira. Hudar means water, spira means bar. Atmosphere is a word taken from the Greek word atmos and spira. Atmos means gases or a vapor, is called as atmosphere. Spira means similarly ball. Biosphere is a word taken from the Greek words bios and spira. Bios means life. Spira means ball. So if you observe that these are the four natural rims which you studied earlier classes, now I am giving that much more information about this. So lithosphere is a word taken from the Greek word of litho and spira. Litho means rock or stone, spira means a ball. Hydrosphere is a word taken from the Greek word hudar and spira. Hudar means water and spira means ball. Atmosphere is a word taken from atmos and spira. Atmos means gases or vapor, spira means a ball. Biosphere is a word taken from bios and spira. Bios means life and spira means ball. It means what these four are dealing. Lithosphere is dealing with the rocks, the stones that you can find on the earth. We know that mountains consisting with the land, rocks and a stone. Similarly, the earth is also covered with the rocks. It means the rock portion on the earth, either in the inner layers of earth or else covered on the surface of the earth, and even in the mountains, in every place where the rocks and stones can consisting, that is comes under the lithosphere. This lithosphere is also involving in the atmosphere. It means with the interaction of the weather and climate, these are the lithosphere is also changed. It means there are such link up between the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. In this lesson, we are dealing that how these four are interrelated to the other, how these four spheres interrelated to the other, and also how humans means we, and how we are interacting with these are the four spheres. That is our concept. Next, hydrosphere, it means we know that the water portion on the earth. Water in the sense we know that the water can found in the lakes, rivers, oceans, even the ponds, everywhere where we found the water portion is comes under the hydrosphere. And atmosphere we know that gases, because we are the persons, we require that oxygen. Without oxygen we cannot survive on the earth. So oxygen, like trees are required the carbon dioxide, how we require the oxygen, similarly the trees are required that carbon dioxide. So there are some different type of gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen. These all the things that gases and vapor is a part of atmosphere. Next, biosphere, we know that the life. So we are the people, we know that what is the need of life, what is the requirement of life. So every life that either humans, otherwise called as animals, and everything is comes under the part of biosphere. So four spheres we have that lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. And lithosphere deals with the rocks and the stones, because this is an area is a part of lithosphere. Hydrosphere is a word taken from the Greek word as hudar, and this hydrosphere deals with the water. Atmosphere deals with the gases and the vapor, and biosphere deals with the life. So once try to recall how many spheres we have, children. We have that four spheres. The first one is lithosphere, second one is hydrosphere, third one is atmosphere, the fourth one is biosphere. Now I am going to be explaining the first one is, that is lithosphere. This is a lesson which deals that the first, that is lithosphere. Once try to understand that in this lesson we are going to be learn that some different type of concepts like external and internal process of the earth, and also how the rains comes, and how the mountains forms, and how the winds comes, and how that winds are blowing from one direction to other directions. We're also knowing that earthquakes and also the volcanoes. So what are the concepts we have to know? So in this lesson we can be get an idea about how the rains comes and how mountains forms, and also that how the earthquakes and also the volcanoes are going to be occurs. So first one, we have to know that in the landform, in lithosphere, we have to divide that landforms. May I know the meaning of landforms? Landforms means everyone is saying that plains, plateaus and also the mountains. But here in the lithosphere we know that lithosphere is a one which is the process of the rocks and the stones which is formed because of the link with the weather and also the climate and also the rainfall. In every process only it was converting into the lithosphere. So the landforms, we have the three types of landforms. That is called first order landform, second order landform, third order landform. So what all comes under the first order landforms? So we have the three order landforms. The first order landform, that is oceans and the continents. So oceans and the continent is a part of first order landform. We know that how the earth was formed from the time that oceans and continents was formed. So it means the oceans and the continents is a part of first order, like Arctic Ocean, Antarctic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, and continents like Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, South America. Like that we have the oceans and continents. The oceans and continents is a part of first order landform. Second order landforms means plains, plateaus, and mountains. So second order landforms means the plains, plateaus, mountains. Take an example, Indo-Gangetic Plain, and plateaus like Deccan Plateau and also Malwa Plateau. These are mountains. We know that Himalayas. Okay, and also the Alps mountains in the region of Europe. So these are comes under the second order landforms. Plains, plateaus, mountains is a part of second order landforms. Third order landforms, the landform which is formed because of the interaction of rain and also the wind. You see that? Third order landforms which was formed because of the interaction which is connecting that. Without this, that you can say that interaction, with the interaction of rain, that is also part of water, and also the wind. Because of the wind and also the water, the areas was formed, that is called as third order landforms. Take an example, Grand Canyon of Colorado. Come to that waterfalls. And these all are that comes under third order landforms. And also V-shaped mountains, U-shaped mountains, and different type of rocks. These all are the part of third order landforms. One more time. Here we are going to be discuss about the landforms. Landforms is a part of lithosphere, and this landforms was divided into three: first order landform, third order landform, second order landform. In the first order landform, the first order landform was formed because of the this is called oceans, and continent is a part of first order landform. Second order landform, that is plains, plateaus and mountains, is a part of second order landform. Third order landform, the landform which is formed because of the interaction of water and wind, that is the third order landform. So one more thing, my dear children, once revise. In the first, what I explained that 4 natural regimes, and that is lithosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Later we have that lithosphere. We know that what is meant by a lithosphere. Lithosphere means a rock and a stone portion on the earth is called as lithosphere, and this is also called, we have some different type of landforms. In this lithosphere, there is a part that is called as landforms. In the landform, first order landform, second order landform, third order landform. The first order landform, that is oceans and the continents. Second order landform, that is plains, plateaus and mountains. Third order landform, that is third order landform was formed because of the interaction of rain and also the wind. So rain means water. So because of the pressure of water, because of the pressure of wind, there are some of the areas are going to be formed. Those all are the areas that comes under third order landforms. Now you see that Diksha puzzle are moving plates. So for the topic I am going to be saying that Diksha puzzle are moving plates. You see that long years before, means at the time of Mesozoic period, of the formation of Earth, at the time the complete universe is covered with one biggest land, only one land area, and other one is the water area. In the last lesson only, I covered the topic, the supercontinent and also called as super ocean. Supercontinent is called as Pangaea. Super ocean is called as Pantasala. So Pangaea and Pantasala, that I gave that example in the last lesson. That's in the part 1 of our Earth. Now the next one is how these are the continents was presented and how the continents were spreaded. These are all the things I'm going to be covered in this lesson. The topic was Diksha puzzle, or else called as moving plates. There is a once upon a time, all the planets, all the landforms, that is say oceans and continents, they have only one place. Later, these all are spreaded from one place to other places. That is calling as Diksha, means movement, like this. Take an example. According to this concept, a long years before, every continent which was based on the biggest rock. It means the continent which we are living on the Asia. So the down of that Asian continent, that one is having the biggest massive rock. So it means every continent was based on the massive rock, and these are the rocks are floating on the mantle. We know that how many layers we have on earth, means interior part of the earth, that is earth crust and also the earth mantle and also the core. So crust is the first layer, that is still 100 kilometers. From 100 to 2900 kilometers is called as mantle. So in the mantle, every continent they have a base. The base is called as a rock. This rock is called as plate. So one more time, my dear children. Every continent which was based on the biggest rock, and this rock was floated on a mantle. Thus a mantle is one of the portion of earth in interior. The first one is earth crust, second one is earth mantle, third one is core. The mantle length was 100 kilometers to 2900 kilometers. In the mantle, these are the rocks that are floating means like this, moving like this. Okay, so these are the rocks are called as plates, and there are some of the major plates are there and some are the minor plates also can found this. So I'll come to that. What are the major plates and what are the minor plates? Which is called as that African plates, second one is North American plates, next one is Eurasian plates, next one is Indo-Australian plates, the fifth one is Antarctic plate. Along with this one, next one is, there are some minor plates like Nazca plates, and also one more is called Arabian plate. So what is this plates? Before I say that, every continent which was based on the rock, that rock is called a plate. This plate is always floating on the mantle. There are such plates like African plate. Take an example, African plate. So the entire continent of Africa will float on this African plate only. It means we have such countries like South Africa, Kenya and Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, some different type of all the African countries which was floated on African plate. This plate is always floating on the mantle. Clear? So similarly, major plates like African plate, North American plate, Eurasian plate, Indo-Australian plate, and also the Antarctic plate, and some of the minor like Nazca and Arabian plate. This information is given in your textbook. There was one picture. If you observe that world map, there you can get this all the rocks. So what is happened that these are the plates is always moving from one place to other place. This is always moving from one place to other place. For example, this is called as one of the plate. This is also called as other plate. These plates is always floating and we cannot feel that movement because this movement is very slow. For attacking to the others called as for colliding with each other, whenever these two are moving each other, if they two are giving dash, because of the dash there is a heavy pressure will releases. Because of the pressure there is a chance for forming that mountains and some different type of landforms are going to form because of the colliding each other. Take an example. Imagine if it is in an entire earth, and here is the starting portion of the earth, one side and other side. If the both plates are going to be collided each other from here to here, and because of that, in the middle it can be splitted and forms like a mountain. See the mountain shape because of the fast collided. Because these two are going very slow only, the slow movement. We never feel it's very fast. So because of the collided each other, and there is a chance to form the mountain. See like this how this mountain is going to form. If you observe that, look at, you try in your home by taking the kerchief, and if one side and the other side, and the both side pressure going to becomes, because of the pressure in the middle it will be increased that, and because of the pressure the chance to form the mountains. See one more time how this. What is Diksha puzzle? So Diksha puzzle, like we have that one of the continent is called as African continent. Imagine this is called as Australian continent. Here is called as North American continent. This one is going to be more like this. Otherwise, this is like, because of the movement each other, if the both are going to be collided, there is a chance to be formed that sea is going to spread it. Also called as tectonic theory. Tectonic in the sense, tectonic is a word taken from the Greek word tecton. Tectonic is a word taken from the Greek word tecton. So what is meant by tecton? So tecton means carpenter or builder. You know what carpenter is doing there? Carpenter is going to create some shape to the wood. Wood means in Telugu it is called chekka. So carpenter is giving some shapes to the wood. Similarly, in the tecton and the tectonic theory, which is also called as Diksha puzzle, otherwise called tectonic theory, when the two plates are going to be collided and there is a chance to form this because of the heavy pressure, there is a chance to form that mountains. And here is, this is also called as tectonic theory. Tectonic is a word taken from the Greek word tecton. Tecton means carpenter or else called as builder. Carpenter or else called as builder. And we are also having one more Sanskrit word taksan. Tectonic is also called as taksan. Taksan is also called as, the meaning of taksan was carpenter, which means there is a lot of shape of the mountains. We see that Himalayan mountains or any mountains which we found on the earth, there is a particular structure. How the structure looks like how we are going to be created. But this all the mountains was created naturally because of the pressure, because of the different type of material it is coming from the earth. Because of that only these all are the different type of mountains are formed. Clear my dear children? So similarly, one more time, Diksha puzzle, otherwise called as tectonic theory, and present we have that different continents and oceans. These all are formed because of the Diksha puzzle only, because of movement from one plate to other plate. Plate means every continent which is based on the biggest rock. The rock is called plates. These all are the plates are moving from one place to other place. Because this movement we never feel any feeling, because even though we are standing on Asian continent, we never feel the movement. when these two plates are going to be collided each other, because of the colliding, heavy pressure is going to be released. Because of the pressure, there is a chance to form these mountains, and also sometimes there is a chance to be occur the volcanoes and also the earthquakes also. Next one is, there are such major plates like African plate, North American plate, Eurasian plate, Indo-Australian plate and the Antarctica plate, and minor plates like Nazca and Arabian plates. These are some different type of minor plates. These are the plates was formed in the based upon the tectonic theory. Tectonic is a word taken from the tecton of Greek word. Tecton means builder or carpenter. So one more meaning is there. Tecton is a word taken from the Sanskrit Taksan. Taksan means carpenter. Clear? And now come to that, how the sea is going to be spreading. So this is called a sea, and it's called a ocean. And here we form the crust of the ocean, and this crust means the down of ocean is called as crust, the first layer of the earth. This is also going to be spreaded. Maybe there is a chance to be occurs any pressure, because of the pressure of volcanoes or anything. This is going to be spreaded, and the chance to form this new areas. See, in our India we have the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and this Andaman and Nicobar Islands was formed because of the volcanic eruptions. So like that, there are some of the areas are around the globe. Those are the areas are also formed because of the new crust was formed because of volcanic or else any other things. Now see this sudden movement. Now see the slow movement, now also called as sudden movement. What is meant by a slow movement and what is meant by sudden movement? You see that inside of the earth, when the plates was moving each other, and that movement is going very slowly, and that movement we never feel anything even though we are living on the plate, otherwise on the continent. So that movement is called as slow movement. And because of the slow movement only, there is a chance to be formed these mountains, and there is a chance to be formed the new crust or as new lands and new areas because of the slow movement. Now come to the sudden movement. There is a one of the example like sudden movements, like volcanoes is a one of the part. This comes under the suddenly. We never expect when the volcano is going to be occurs. See, this is called as mountains, and we know that there is a one formula in social. If we are going to the above, the temperature is going to be decreases. The temperature is going to be decreases. If we are going to the above atmosphere, the temperature is going to be decreases. If we are going down from the earth, the temperature is going to be increases. Similarly, this is called as mountain, the top of the mountain. If we are going inside of the mountain, means deep of inside, the temperature is going to be increases. Because of the increased temperature, the inside of the mountain, if we are going to the long distance, there, because of high temperatures, the rocks are converted into the powder. In some of the areas of inside, the powder is going to be converted because of interaction of humidity, that is converting into the liquid form. So similarly here also, there are some of the material is consisting with gases some different type of gases, and the rocks are converted into some different type of powder and liquid, and because of interaction of these all the things, these are the material wants to be to be out. So that time, because here when the pressure is going to be increased inside of the mountain or inside of the earth, because of the pressure, it is always trying to be escape from the inside of mountain. Means this material wants to be come out. At the time, this material is trying to be escape some different areas. Where the mountain is having the weak areas, weakest portions, from the weak areas, this material is coming out like this. And when it is coming out, this material inside is called as magma. So, magma is one which is having a very high hot material, and it is one of the material is always trying to be escaped. Whenever they found the way, the weak areas in the mountains, from there it will be exit from outside. Similarly, this material is coming out from the different areas, and the magma which we can find inside, which is coming out, and it occupies that some of the areas. Take an example in the region of Andaman and Nicobar. Andaman and Nicobar is the one which is formed because of the volcanic eruptions only. And because of this, there are some different type of rocks like igneous rocks is going to be. So this material, after a gradual cooling, and that of the hot material are converting into that strong rocks like a igneous rocks. So the material which is coming out, it is called as lava. We know that lava consisting with the mud, sand, ash, and some different type of minerals also. So the magma is exerts from inside of the mountains, and it is coming out and form like a lava, and this lava is consisting with the ash, powder, white powder, and some different type of rocks and different minerals and some different type of gases. I think you watched this volcanic eruptions in the TVs also. We cannot stay near to the volcanoes. Once if you stay there, you will be dead because of the pressure, and different type of poisonous gases can be released from the mountains. So this is one of the moment is called as suddenly. We never know when these volcanic eruptions are going to be occurs. And there are some of the material which never come out. That's a magma which never come out. It can be stays inside only. It is called as interstitial landforms. At the time of volcanic eruptions, some of the magma came out in the form of lava, and some of the material which you can find inside of the earth, the material which was inside of the earth, that is also after a gradual cooling, it is converting like as rocks. And that you can say that in interstitial landforms, there are some material came out that is called as extrusive landforms. So one is called interstitial landforms, one is called extrusive landform. So the material which came inside only, that you can say the interstitial, the material came out is called as extrusive landform. Clear, my dear children? Now can you say any example of volcanoes? So we know the Stromboli. The Stromboli is one of the biggest volcano was occurred that you can found in the region of Sicily, and example in the region of India that is called as Barren and Narcondam is one of the island sorry, that's in the region of Indian island, which is called as one of the volcanic eruption. See, what is the volcanic in the region of India? Barren and Narkundam. And one more is called as Kilimanjaro, that you can find in the region of Tanzania, is also one of the example. So what the first one I explained, that Stromboli, that you can find in the region of Sicily, and Barren and Narkundam, that you can find in the region of India, Kilimanjaro, that you can find in the region of Tanzania. These are some different type of examples. So where the more volcanoes are going to be occurs. More volcanoes. See that we have that continent like North America, South America. Actually we have the Australia here. But if you observe that this is called as Pacific Ocean, this is also called as Pacific Ocean, because the world map what we are seeing the flat, but the globe was round, this is spherical shape. So this area is called as Pacific Ocean side, which is also called as Pacific Ocean. This area is called as Pacific Ocean and a Pacific Ring of Fire. Why it is called as Pacific Ring of Fire? So Pacific Ring of Fire because maximum volcanoes, that is 3 by 4 out of 4 volcanoes, 3 volcanoes, maximum volcanoes will occur in this area. So the region, this area is called as Pacific Ring of Fire. Why it is called Pacific Ring of Fire? Maximum volcanoes and earthquakes, that is 3 by 4 out of 4, 3 volcanoes was occurs in this area. So because of that region, this area is called as Pacific Ring of Fire. So one more time, my dear children. So this is the part 1 and I have the part 2 also. There I will explain that external process, and now this is come to the internal process. So one thing what I explained I will revise. First I gave that different type of natural rims, 4 natural rims, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. After that I explained that what is lithosphere and different 3 landforms, first order landform, second order landform, third order landform. After that I explained that Diksha puzzle or plate tectonic theory. Later how the sea is going to be spreaded. So next one is after that sudden movement and also called as slow movement. And last one I explained that Pacific Ring of Fire. By seeing this you can understand some different type of questions also. You will get some different questions also. Once read the concept. Mainly this is a concept and you'll get some more points in the textbook also. The doubts which you can ask to me, and worksheet which I'm going to be post along with this class. Try to complete the worksheet, and you are sending the worksheet late. Maybe there are some different type of problems. You can send the worksheet after completion of the class within a 24 hours of time. So don't take too much of time. Thank you, my dear children. We meet you in the part 2 of this lesson.